This is going to be a very quick screencast for a command line utility called UpdateVersion, which won't be of use to most people, but for some coders it's actually a very cool little utility. And so let me show you how you invoke it. There's actually a nice big README that explains the different options, but basically what you do is you call UpdateVersion and you give it a source file, which will probably be an exe file. In this case, I'm telling it the source is my drag and drop robot program, so I'm giving it an exe as the source, and then I'm giving it some targets, which can be a pad file or a version info file or a DC update file, various files that specify version information or dates for what the date that the thing was updated. So before I invoke that, let's look at the contents of these files. Here's the pad file. It's a long file that shareware authors use to describe the current release of the program. And you can see I've got the program version, release date, so the version and the release date, and then a version info file, which is used for the DC updater update checking software. Again, also has version information and release date. Okay, so let's close that, and now let's run this. So just note that this is version 1.12, released February 2nd, 2009. So I'm just going to invoke this, and it says, okay, it's updated 2 files. Now what it should have done is examined this executable, found the version information inside the executable and the date of the file, and then updated these 2 files with that version information. And sure enough, if we bring these back in, we can see it's now 1.13 instead of 1.2, and it's updated these to January 3rd, 2011, which was when I built that program. And same thing with the pad file. So there you have the basic idea. It's very useful for batch updating your with your XML files and your DC update files without having to do it by hand. I think it can also, if I'm correct, it can also update the setup files, I believe, which is extremely useful in and of itself. Let's see. Well, there's a web page somewhere. Here's the web page, which shows you the various options. Let's see, it can update pad files, DC update files, and version info files. Okay, so it would be nice if he added support for setup files, but very useful little utility. Saves you some time manually editing those files. So there you have UpdateVersion.